Good evening, live from Germantown High School. GTV, sponsored by JVB Financial Advisor, is live on a Tuesday night, coming in a little late. Must be a theme for Brookfield East. Double overtime in the Germantown Brookfield East JV game. But we are just about set for the tilt of the week in the GMC, and that is your first place. Number 2 ranked in the area, number 3 in the state, 15-1 Brookfield East Spartans taking on your Warhawks, who are number 6 in the area, number 7 in the state. They come in 13-4. With me is Sarah Nasif. Sarah, throwing it, I mean, it's real simple. This is for first place. If Germantown is able to win this game, good chance these two teams will tie for conference as long as everything holds par. They lose this one, it's going to be really tough to win conference.
It is, and Germantown is seeking redemption coming into tonight's game. We look back at the first half of the season when these two teams first faced each other. It wasn't an easy defeat for Brookfield East. This was a close game throughout its entire duration, and I think the key thing for Germantown coming into tonight is having a strong offensive start. They're going to apply the pressure on defense. That's what they're known for, but they need to have a successful attack at offensively from the start.
That's a great point. They've been sluggish in some of the bigger games. They come out and they're down 8, 10, 12 points, and they come back and often take the lead. But how about not doing that and giving yourself that shot? We're just about set. The referees are introducing themselves to the coaches. Sarah's going to jump up, grab a camera, get on the floor for the anthem and intros. Should be a good one. We say that every time we're on. But it really, I mean, we're looking forward to this one. And again, these are the two best teams in the conference. They have separated themselves from everyone else, and they're two of the best in the state this year. Stick around. GTV, sponsored by JVB Financial Advisor.
Welcome to Germantown. Tonight's pivotal Greater Metro Conference game features the visiting Spartans of Brookfield East and the hometown Warhawks of Germantown. This game is being played in accordance with WIAA guidelines that require good sportsmanship by the athletes, coaches, and spectators at all events. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profane, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments or other intimidating actions directed at the officials, athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Please cheer positively, showing respect for the teams, coaches, officials, and supervision staff. At this time, if you haven't already, please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing and singing of our national anthem. At this time, let's meet the starting lineups. First, for head coach Tyler Sexton's Spartans of Brookfield East. A 6'2" junior, number 10, Annika. A 5'8" junior, number 11, Annika Bader. A 5'9" sophomore, 5'8" senior, number 34, Adriana Alvarez. Here are the starting lineups for head coach Matt Stooey's Germantown Warhawks. A 5'10" junior, number 1, a 5'6" senior, number 21, Danny Cox. A 5'7" senior, number 23, Emily Wisner. A 5'10" sophomore, number 24, Lucy Leininger. And a 5'8" sophomore, number 32, Rachel Murphy. Officials for tonight: Wayne Shea, Gary Koschinski, and Alyssa Purple.
Lineups are set, anthem sung. We are just about set. We did realize the hiccups. That's just that camera we've been dealing with, but should be good across the board otherwise. Also stick around, halftime. JVB himself, Jay, will be joining us. Came down, introduced himself, got a chance to put the face to the name and all those fun things. We are underway. Germantown taking the opening tip. KK Wisner, 3 on the way, no good. Kelly rebounds. Push right side. Top of the keys, Alberts. Kelly inside, McGath, jump hook, blocked by Leininger. Safe to say she is leading the conference in that category. KK, a little pull-up 15-footer, no good. McGath rebounds. Lucy has become a dangerous defensive weapon.
She has.
First 4 minutes, gonna be like a title fight, kind of feeling each other out, a couple body blows, a couple of big shots. See where everybody ends up, and then you go, and then you get in the flow of the game. Right now, good patience shown by Brook East. Inside, Alberts. On Leininger, shot no good. Ball batted around, players on the floor. Ends up in Plemer's hand. She finds Alberts underneath. Stepped out of bounds, turnover. So a hustle play all across the board. But all it ends up is a stepping out of the end line, turnover. And now ball right through the hands of Emily Wisner. Kelly crosses the timeline. Pull up 3, deep 3. No good. KK rebounds in the open court. Here we go. She drops it off to Lucy. Kick out, hammer, extra pass. Back to Cox. KK down the middle. Kind of a stagnant offense right now. Lucy right side, nothing. Gabby drives, drop step, nothing. Kick out, Murphy left alone. Got it! Real nice patience across the board for both teams, but Germantown able to execute first, and they've got the 3-0 lead. Up ahead to Alberts. Swing it, left side, answer 3. Platts, no good. Paige Platts on Saturday in this triple overtime game. She sort of went quiet. Pass up ahead, Murphy, layup good.
Great job by Murphy, really getting things started for the Warhawks.
She sort of went quiet for a while, and then all of a sudden, she started raining threes. Foul on the floor. They're going to get Gabby on that one.
Falls on number 21, Gabby Cox. Her first.
Gabby's first, team's first. Well, Sarah, we said Germantown's got to get off to a good start. They have not been doing a very good job of that in big games. And so far, it's only 5, but it's 5. Because there were a couple of games where it was 8-0, 10-0, 8-2. So a good start. 5-2 is Alberts hits them both.
And we saw that just this past weekend when they played Oak Creek.
Yeah, that's a great point. And then went into halftime. It was a sloppy 30-apiece game, and then Germantown did Germantown things and really took off in the second half. Wisner fake handoff, runner, rolls off. Kelly comes away with it. Up ahead to Pleamer. Pleamer, left, right, gets it blocked by KK. Platts comes away with it. Double team. And we've got a foul. That one's on Rachel. Her first, team second. Down the lane, Pleamer, runner, no good. KK comes away with it. Looks Murphy, decides to come back left side, Wisner finish. She looked at Murphy the whole time, and then once Murphy cleared out, she came back left side, knowing her teammate was going to be there, and sure enough, there was Emily, that vision. Shot off the mark, batted around, going to stay down there. Again, as I was saying, stick around at halftime. Jay Van Bussicum will join us for a halftime interview. Basically, just want to ask him, why GTV?
Right.
We'll see what we get. He's done it before. He and Gary had to sit down during a game. Backdoor cutting.
He's familiar with the camera.
He knows. KK pull up short. Alberts rebounds. Keeps it. Goes coast to coast. Going to get a foul. Count the basket. So a foul and a basket for Alberts. And that's Murphy's second. She's going to sit. Guessing you'll see one of the trio. Lobs, Bowles, Manny. See who Coach Stuvey decides to go with when that decision is made. He may just stick to his routine of Bowles. Having all three of them check in. Sarah Wells checking in for Brook East, and he went Kala Lobs. He went with the senior. So Kala in, as this game is now tied. KK, lob, inside. Lucy, nice job going up, grabbing it, and finishing. 9-7 early. Laney Grinchus also checked in. Breaking the pressure, no problem. Oh, it rolled off. Just unlucky. Everything was done right there except the basket dropping. Sarah Wells, it just rattled out. KK trying to break down Alberts. Tough to do. Great defensive player. Lobs jumper, no good. Pleamer comes away with the rebound. Pushes ahead. Wells, and she traveled. So a couple of unfortunate events for Sarah. Hallie Bowles checking in. Staying with the customary rotation. Wiz, baseline, gonna get a foul on the floor. And they got Kelly for her first. Trigger the inbound. Could have got Wiz for a hook. Instead, they're gonna get Alberts. Emily definitely put that elbow on the back of Adriana, but decided to call it on Adriana. Wiz takes a break. JC Manny checks in. Her cut looks worse, not better.
I know.
Looks like a prize fighter. I love it.
She wears it proudly.
She does. She was all proud of it. I said it looks worse. She goes, I know. With a big smile, like it's not supposed to be a good
She's proud of it. She works hard on the court.
Absolutely. It should be another foul, and that should be on. Oh, they're going to say a travel on KK instead. I'm okay with that call. Ava Berger checking in, the 5'10 sophomore for Brook East. So coaches sticking with their sub patterns. Wiz for Lucy. Not worried about the score at this point, not worried about fouls, although Rachel did have to go with 2. So she may sit a little longer than normal. Pleamer drives, gets cut off by Hallie. If Hallie would have gone flying backwards instead of sideways, you might have had an offensive call, but she went sideways. So a lot of fouls early. just over 6 minutes in and 6 fouls between the two teams. Drive, layup, good for Ava Berger.
Just like that, we're tied.
No surprise, KK down the lane. Gonna go shoot a couple. I think we've said that a few times.
But who's counting?
Well, we can't because there's been too many to count. So as expected, a close game, and it's starting that way, and it's staying that way. Good crowd. You know it's a good close game and big game when student section is about 60%, would you say? Maybe even a little more?
Yeah, fair turnout.
They're a little quiet, though.
They are.
Quieter than normal. I think that'll change as the time rolls on. They're saving it for when it matters. Just like a prize fight. Just playing things out, letting things happen, reading things as they happen. 12:25 remaining first half. Double team on Kelly. Grinches comes away with it, though. Plemer swings it left side. Wells all the way into the corner. Here comes a patient Brook East possession. Cutters, and then look for the outside. But trying to get those weak side cutters. Manny trying to defend Kelly. She splits everybody. Shot rolls off. Kelly gets a hand on it. Saves it. Ends up in the hands of Kelly. But KK took it away. She goes coast to coast. Overlays it. Comes away with it. Draws a foul. So I think she was anticipating a little more contact from Plemer. Didn't get it. But then jump back into the play to come away with the offensive rebound. Free throw good. It must be a big game because KK's knocking down her free throws. The bigger the game, the more she hits them.
Shooting 68% on the season from the line.
Still below that 70. Got to get it back to that. Starting off 4 for 4 will sure help that. 74 made. Now right at 69.2. So she's getting there. She's knocking on the door of 70, but when you shot that many, it takes a while to.
This could be her week.
It could be her week, right. 11:35 remaining, 13-9. Germantown up. 3 on the way. Good. Paige Platts. She got a chance to set her feet and buried it. Platts now with 22 made threes on the season. KK drives, offensive. Now she gets one a game, at least. And that's okay. It's just what you do. You keep attacking. You know, it's not comfortable to run in, to step in front of a freight train like KK.
It's not. With her strength.
Right, exactly. There's the trap. Near steal, Neal turnover. Now back tap. Timeout on the floor. And I believe it's a 30-second. We're going to take it with them. You're watching W7 on GTV.
If you don't know W7, you don't know Germantown girls basketball. I'm Emily Wisner. And I'm Natalie McNeil. And W7 is for the girls.
Back live. You want to adjust the clock cam, as it always does. It bounces. 13-12 our score. 2 ties, 3 lead changes. This is what it's going to be like. You might as well just put a minute on the clock. In all likelihood, this score is going to be really close coming down the stretch. We've got 3 cameras to our right, media cameras. Again, that's how you know it's a big game. Is that your student newspaper standing over here?
In the red?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
But he's tracking everything. So we've got a lot of people. He is flat out tracking every movement. He's writing things down. This is great.
It is.
Big game, big crowd. Keeping you warm on a Tuesday night. Last possession, a turnover for Brook East. Wiz trying to get something going against Grinchus, but she's too good a defender. Near turnover, and it is. Great hustle play from Berger. Bulls on Pleamer. Manny on Platts. And there's the cutter. Adriana has it blocked. KK, open court. Pull up. Got it. It's a 2. Ten-minute mark, 15-12. Bulls goes out, gets help from lobs, and the shot is off. Great job, Bulls. Gave up a little bit right side, but JC and Calla, they do such a great job helping out. Calla sprinted to the spot, just went high hands, not trying to do anything special, and it worked out perfectly. Shot is off.
And Bulls has really been playing well these past few games.
3 on the way is good, Gabby Cox. And she's starting to step up, knocking down threes. Both she and Danica Gaz hitting the 3 a little more consistently than the beginning of the season. Getting a little more comfortable in their role. 18-12, it's overture here in Germantown. Top of the key, Manny McGath. See, I'd like to see Lucy step back and let McGath have that space because she's not going to shoot that, and you want her to shoot that.
That's a good point.
Double team on the block. Alberts got out of it. Finds a wide open Paige Platts. It rattles around. Alberts offensive rebound. Flips it to McGath. Has it blocked by Lucy Leininger. I don't know how Alberts was able to come down with that rebound, but she did. .904 remaining, halfway through this big game. Again, Germantown sits 1 game behind Brook East. Their lone loss in the conference to Brook East. Essentially, Germantown has to win this game to at least share the conference if everything holds serve. Because to be down 2 games is going to be tough. Leininger, active hands, comes away with a steal. And then ends up in Kelly's hands. We're going to get a tie-up. Really tough play all around. Leininger came away with it, threw a pass, but it went through everybody's legs. And then there's a tie-up, and Brook East retains possession. Pleamer out top. Annika has yet to score. 27 on Saturday against Arrowhead. Drives, has it partially blocked again. Lucy, we're going to get a tie-up. Wiz didn't like that call, but it's the call. And it's on the opposite end of us, so we can't say a thing. We're just going to enjoy it. Gabby Cox left alone. Gabby, you just made one. Knock it down. Go ahead. Instead, kick out to KK. Catch and shoot. No good. Ball batted around. Off Kelly. It's going to stay here. You might have heard that slap. That was Coach Saxton slapping the floor. You just don't want to lose a possession that way, that fashion.
You don't.
Just have it roll right off your hands. Lob into Lucy. Handoff. KK keeps it. Wall of navy blue, but she pulls up from 16 and knocks it down. She turned that corner, and this is the wall of 3 navy blue uniforms, the road uniform of the Spartans of Brook East. Instead, she decided to pull the jumper and knocks it down. 8-point lead, tie up. It's going to stay there, but KK, very active hands, no surprise. We've seen this before. I think we've seen this theme. And an 8-point lead for Germantown, largest of the night. Kelly, drive on KK, blocked by Lucy, her 4th of the night. Lobs comes away with it. Gets it to KK. KK, kick pass. Wiz, 3-ball, corner pocket, no good. Kelly comes away with the rebound. Got an open look, just unable to finish. Kelly, pass inside, you can get a foul. Don't think she saw Gabby Cox, who was in perfect position. Real nice job by Gabby there to read the passing lane.
We spoke to Gabby this past weekend. She's really feeling confident in her role in this new starting lineup for the Warhawks.
Yeah, she's really settled in. She started a little late, then she missed a game, but she's starting to feel it now. Lobs jumper, no good. Kelly gets it. Open court. Right at Wisner, but great job with the high hands. Now they're going to get a foul on Calla, but great job, because if Calla doesn't commit that foul, Sarah Wells got an easy putback. But you're right. You talked to Gabby. She was our player of the game.
She was.
You could see the difference in her play. I would have liked to have seen her after hitting that three shoot this one in front of us, but, you know, ended up being a shot for KK, which hard to argue. Lob inside McGath. Hammer pass. Nothing there. Ooh, pull from Platts. No good, but Sarah Wells, offensive rebound. Ball batted around. Lobs. Look at Calla. Said, I'll take that. Thank you very much. KK calls for the screen from Lucy. Pull up, 15-footer. Got it. And the lead is 10. Pleamer drives, layup, good. First basket came at the 6:40 mark, so great job. Now KK answers, it's gonna be off her leg. Great defensive play by Sarah Wells. Murphy checking back in, she's got the 2 fouls, but Calla lobs, big minutes. 7 turnovers now for Germantown. Pleamer, kick out, Sarah Wells thought about it. Instead, shot, fake, drives. Lucy with her 5th of the night. She keeps it, goes right at McGath. Layup, good. Lucy Leininger. End line to end line. A block, a rebound, coast to coast layup. McGath cut off. Kelly, kick it, swing it, right side. Platts, closely guarded by Cox inside McGath. Hammer pass. Kelly 3, she rushed it, and the shot is off. Rachel comes away with it. KK, drive, kick, Gabby Cox rattles around and out. Pleamer comes away with it. Pull up 3, got it. Timeout. Full, we'll take it with them. GTV sponsored by JVB Financial.
Hi, I'm Maddie Connor. Congratulations, W7, on reaching 10,000 followers on social media. Congratulations, W7, on getting 10,000 followers on social media.
Congratulations, W7, on reaching 10,000 followers on social media.
Congrats to W7 on 10,000 followers on social media.
Congratulations, W7, for reaching 10,000 followers on social media.
Congratulations, W7, on 10,000 followers on social media. Keep up the good work.
Keep up the great work and everything you do for the girls.
Keep up the great work for the girls.
Keep up the great work for the girls.
Keep up the great work for the girls.
For the girls.
For the girls.
Keep up the great work. For the girls! For the girls!
You can see why we talked about the winner of this game is going to win the conference. Brook East 10-0, Germantown 9-1. Next team is Brook Central, DS, Sussex, Hamilton. They're all bunched, but with that amount of losses and so few games remaining, really tough for any of them to make a dent. But they can have an effect on the outcome. But it's why we feel that this is the game to decide the conference. Germantown up 7, 24-17.
Not only that, but I mentioned earlier, this is truly a game of redemption for Germantown. They were not pleased with the end of that game, nor how they started it. So they're really trying to gain the momentum to turn things around with this game.
Rachel Murphy, 18-footer. And now Pleamer dribbles it off her foot. How about Rachel Murphy? She was not in a very good angle, and she knocked it down. Wow. That was Chris Middleton-like. That was impressive. Play with confidence, and Murphy up to 7. Leininger thought about it. Drives instead to the hoop. Has it blocked. Paige Platts. Nope, Grinchus. Pitch it ahead to Wells. Skip it, Grinchus. Another one. Grinchus not much of a shooter from the outside. In the lane, shot no good. Murphy rebounds. She keeps it. She goes coast to coast. Step through. Layup, good. Who are you, Rachel Murphy? And the lead's 11. Little 8-footer, no good. Grinchis, offensive rebound, has it blocked by KK. She keeps it. Threw it away.
Great hustle, but just out of reach.
11-point lead. 4:14 left in the first half. Stick around at halftime. Jay Van Weissicum. I always screw it up. It's so. I should just write it out. JVB Financial Advisor. He's going to join us. Wells shot, no good. KK's going to pick up her second. Got a little sloppy and let Kelly get that offensive rebound, and Shea's going to go to the line.
Germantown foul on number 1, KK on her second, the team's 7th.
First one off the mark. Kelly coming in, 63%. Second one is good. So 1 out of 2, a point for the possession, and more importantly, KK picks up her second. 3:50 remaining. Gonna get a hand check on Sarah Wells, I believe. See what Alyssa says. Yep. Alyssa Perko, the referee.
Back in for the Spartans, number 23, Paige Claxton, number 34,
Adriana Alberts checking back in, as does Paige Platts. Grinchis and Berger out. KK to trigger. She's got Lucy open, and they're going to get a foul. That's going to be Alberts. That's her second. Oh, that's her third. Correction. That is her third. That is a huge moment. First free throw from Lucy. Off the mark.
Lucy shooting just over 40% from the line. Now, we've seen her struggle here, but she is improving.
That she has. She had a couple big ones on Saturday, and you could just see the relief on her face. And her form looks a little more cleaned up, and I think now it's just a matter of getting that rhythm and letting it go. The form is definitely cleaner. Now a turnover. Lucy hustles it down, gets it to KK. KK in the lane. Shot, rolls around and down. So the sophomores really having a good night, being Lucy Leininger and Rachel Murphy. Grinch's three, no good. Boy, that thing gets some air on it.
It did.
We're going to get a travel. Didn't look like she had the ball, but travel is the call. That's on the opposite end. I don't think Sarah Wells liked it. Nonetheless, travel call, 3:23 remaining. 12-point lead for Germantown. Largest of the night. Jay Van Weissicum, our halftime guest, coming up. Crowd's getting a little louder. KK, she's kind of out top doing her thing. She pulls up, leaves it short. I think it was a pass to Rachel, honestly. She had the seam, and then she jumped for it. Lob pass ahead to Wells. And it's a travel. So a turnover negates a turnover. I really think that was a pass from KK as Rachel was coming baseline and sealed off two. .250 remaining. Gabby thought about it and took a step. She slid to her right and then shot fake, which was a great shot fake. She needed to put it down and then pull it. Instead, she just slid over again. And you can't do that, especially when the referee's standing next to you. It's usually bad. Bad things.
He was right there.
He was right there. Swing it left side. Kelly looks inside. Pleamer. Whiz on her. Wells left alone. She lets it fly. No good. Long rebound. Platts. We're going to get a foul on the floor. If it's Murphy, it's 3, but I think it's going to be Leininger. Nope, it is Rachel, and that is her third. Kayla Lobb sprints to the table before they even call it out. It's unfortunate because Rachel's playing probably her best basketball of the season tonight.
She's having a great game.
Sitting with 9 points and 2 rebounds. An aggressive 9 points and 2 rebounds at that. Wells, free throw. Bring a little bit of snow. Usually say rain, but a little too cold for that. She knocks down the first one. That is Sarah's first make on the season. Good for you, Sarah. Short on the second one. Ends up in KK's hands. She takes it. She goes. Splits everybody to the hoop. Up and under. Unable to finish. Tough move, but unable to finish. She's finished it many a time before. That time it just rolled off as we approach 2:15. 11-point lead. Cutting Pleamer. Layup. Rolls off. KK comes away with it. Up ahead. Kala. 3-ball. Corner pocket. No good. Lucy bats it out. Ends up in Kala's hands. KK down the lane. Going to have a tie-up. And it's going to stay here, I believe. It does. 1:58 remaining. 11-point Germantown lead. You could hear Coach Saxon. Be ready, Sarah. Talking to Sarah Wells. Trying to get up, free up Wisner. Doesn't happen. Instead, drive by Gabby. Kicks it to Lucy. Tries to split everybody, and she traveled. Tried to do a little too much there. I think she anticipated Paige Platts going out on Gabby Cox. She didn't. She held her ground and led to the turnover. 1:50 remaining. I think as we anticipated, you keep talking about this one's been circled since that loss, redemption. I think you're right. I think Germantown came out with a little bit of thunder as Lucy comes away with a steal. Layup. It rattles around but drops. Lucy Leininger, she's got 6, and the lead is 13. Wells looking, finds Grinchus. You can hear KK's mom. Straight up, Lucy. Platt's shot, no good. Wisner rebound. I think everybody can hear KK's mom. And she's in the top row. Wiz, strong move, unable to finish. Pleamer comes away with it and commits the foul. Sorry, Gabby commits the foul on Pleamer, who's going to go to the opposite end to shoot some free throws. Yeah, KK's mom, if you're curious, she doesn't sit anywhere near us. She is at the top row.
She is just as invested in this game as those players are.
Oh, no doubt. Always checking on us, too, making sure everybody's healthy in the W7 family. Checking on Coach G, who's getting better. Shout out to Coach G. Get well, get back here quickly. Sarah doing a bang-up job, of course, but we want to be full strength. Pleamer hits the first one. No surprise, she is 82% on the season, now 83 with that one. Second one, good. Pure butter on both. Lead is 12. Correction, 11. That's what I thought. A little slow on the table. Largest lead's been 13. 50 seconds remaining. Jay Van Weiskamp, our guest at halftime. Stick around. He's coming down to visit. KK drive, kick. Kala thought about it, instead swing it. JC will pull it. She lets it fly and nails it. Never hesitated and knocks it down. Score of 30, correction, Super Bowl 31, Packers 35, Patriots 21. That is our score as well. I always want to reference other things, something to do. Keep my mind active, I guess. 15 seconds left. You'd be proud of me. I bought 6 new books today.
Oh, wow.
Kelly stepped out of bounds. Actually, might be 7. I had to meet Gary out in Gerke's Corners. He had to get me some things, some of the technical stuff. And so I met him out there, and I'm like, I'm going to stop in at Half Price Books. And a whole bunch that were on my wish list on Kindle were there. And I'm like, okay, I'll take this one. I'll take it. So I'll be busy. Under 10, as we've had culture with Ed Raue. 3, 2, 1. KK pulls, lets it fly, short. Manny saw it was going to be short. She came flying in. Coach Stubbe wants the foul. Is not going to get it. It's halftime. Stick around. Jay Van Weiskamp coming down. We're going to interview him.
Good.
Welcome back to GTV. As you see, our halftime entertainment, the War Chicks, out on the floor. And now with me, JVB Financial Advisor himself, Jay Van Bicycum. Jay, thanks for joining us.
Sure. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So what's your impression of the first half?
It started out as a pretty close game there, and Germantown seemed to find its groove there mid part of the second part of the first half. KK just started distributing the ball and making
doing
some
KK
shots.
things.
Doing KK things, but I don't know how many girls scored, but at least 7 or 8, I think, for us. So
6 total scored.
Okay. So
good balance. Yep,
yeah.
good balance.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the game side of tonight. Let's get to the technical. Let's get to the business side of things. Gary and I were talking. He tells me that you're going to join me, and I'm like, awesome. I get to finally meet the man behind the ads and everything. My question, it's real simple, and I think people want to know, why did you choose to be the sponsor for GTV? And go ahead, sell yourself. That's your job. We play that commercial. Sell yourself. Do your thing.
All right, I will. Well, as I talked to Gary when I was on a couple weeks ago, I've always been a big supporter of Germantown athletics and other activities here in Germantown. I've lived here for 30 years. My wife and I raised our 3 kids here. They all went to Germantown schools. They all went to high school here and everything like that. Done a lot of coaching throughout, not obviously in high school, but throughout their youth days, whether it was flag football, basketball, soccer, volleyball, you name it.
I think I'm going to talk about that. Just a quick plug for all those coaches out there that coach at the youth level. You may think, and I know so many of them, and I'm sure you did either. You lived and died for each point, but it wasn't about the wins and losses. It is so great for those kids because you run into those kids and they remember you. And they'll tell you those stories, and it's no different than high school. And sometimes it's even better because you had limited practices. And so when you did see each other, when something did happen, it stood out that much more.
Right.
Less is more type thing. So don't poo-poo the fact that you were this youth coach and it didn't matter. Those are big deals. Because I'm not saying it because I did it as well, but Gary did it, and I've said this numerous times throughout the years on these airwaves. If you have a chance when you're older, and these kids, I tell them too, and you have a chance to coach your kids or coach youth, do it because it changes you as a person. So don't poo-poo the fact that it's just that I was in the community, I did that. It's a big deal, and so credit to you. I mean, it's fun, and I know how you live and die for each point. You get mad and all this, but I know you wouldn't change any of that for the world.
No, I love doing that. I wouldn't take any of that time away from work or whatever. I love doing that, and great memories. And I do run into some of the kids, and they're in their 20s now or whatever.
Sure.
And some of them still, hey coach, and hey Coach Jay, whatever, and have a conversation. And now they're all grown up and they're out of school and they're working. They got good jobs and stuff like that. But back to your first point, so I like giving back to the community, and I thought for my practice, I'm a self-employed, but I've been doing this 36 years, and I've always kind of entrenched myself here in the community.
We got a celebrity in the house, Sierra Coop.
Oh, there we go. How about that?
I was throwing, only older people would know that. And we're not having a camera, the gentleman that just walked by us.
That's right.
Not fair, because they're not going to know who it is. It doesn't matter.
Wow. Cool.
There he is sitting there.
But yeah, so it's neat for me. It's good for me. I get to, you guys do a great job of promoting me, but it's really, I wanted to help you guys out because I've watched, over the last few years how this program and what you guys are doing and calling all the games, and now you're calling 3-4 games a night.
Right.
And
it's crazy. I'm with you. It is blowing up, and it's great. And it's because of people like you that we have that opportunity, because you sponsoring GTV allowed us, and we know honestly, I have no idea how much monetarily you paid for this. I know Gary sends things out. He talks about it. I have no idea. I'm just here. I talk about it. He says read things. I do it.
Right.
And to put your face to it all is great. And we appreciate it, but it allows us to then go get extra cameras. It allows us to get extra equipment, period, and it makes it better for us, and it's all part of our fundraiser that we do. But saying all that, and how much we do appreciate it, and we do, what exactly is JVB Financial Advisor? We've got about a minute left.
Okay.
Just sum it up. If we go a little longer, that's okay too.
Sure,
But
yeah.
what is it that you're exactly doing that you want your name out there? And don't be afraid to reach out to Jay and get services such as.
So yeah, I guess what my best clients say I do for them is I help them feel comfortable about their money and feel comfortable about their insurance protection. And we just like to sit down with people. We're not trying to force, a square peg into a round hole or
Sure.
anything like that. We might not have a fit for you, but we just like to try to put people in a better spot than they are today. And a lot of what I do is just educating people and saying, here's what you're doing right now. Here's some things that you might want to do to put yourself in a better spot. Whether you're young and just starting your career, or you're midway through your career, or you're towards the end of your career and you're thinking about retirement, or you're in retirement. We help people to and through retirement and just try to give people peace of mind.
There you have it. We're just about set for the second half, but we want to thank you, Jay, for reaching out, coming on again. We love having you. You can come on anytime you want. Reach out to Jay. He's helping us. Go ahead and help him. Honestly, I think if I had older kids, my oldest is a sophomore in college, so we're knocking on that door of a career soon.
Right.
That's the type of kid I'd be like, okay, let's find him, so you can kind of guide him, because you want to start putting that money away. You want to get to that retirement. Nobody wants to work when they don't have to. So be wise with your money. Reach out to Jay. Let him help you out. Let him guide you. We're just about set second half. Sarah's going to rejoin me. Thank you so much, Jay, for joining us. Stick around. Yep. GTV, sponsored by this guy, JVB Financial Advisor. It's halftime. Halftime on GTV, sponsored by JVB Financial Advisor. Germantown up 35-21. It has been their defense. They have turned Brookfield East over 10 times. Also, they have held Shea Kelly to 1 point. Annika Plemer, she does have 7 points, but it all came after the 6:40 mark. We'll see what the second half has in store, but right out of the gate, KK with a steal. To the hoop, layup, she underlaid it. Plemer comes away with it. Hit the bottom of the iron. East pushes. Sarah, your thoughts on what we saw in the first half?
I think Germantown really turned things around from when they first faced Brookfield East. And I think that's a combination of, like we've been preaching all game, both redemption and Coach Stuvey really preaching to this team, girls, especially after that Oak Creek game, we can't have a sloppy start. We have to come out strong. Brookfield East is going to be a big competitor, and we have to be able to compete with them. On the other side of things, this second half, it's going to be interesting to see how Brookfield East can respond, how they can get more points on the board.
Great points all around. I wowed because it sure looked like Rachel Murphy's fourth foul was committed, but they did not call it at the time. I think they're going to get Lucy on this one. Really surprised because it sure looked like she hooked her, but they didn't call it. I think they're seeing that Rachel's playing really well and they want to keep her on the floor. Exactly 1 minute gone here in the second half. The battle for the conference title. Offensive, Rachel Murphy drawing a charge. Rachel Murphy, have a night. 3 turnovers already for Brook East here in the 66 seconds of the second half.
And Murphy's just been such an impactful player for Germantown. It's going to be crucial that she can stay in as long as she can for the duration of the game.
Whiz, drive, shot, no good. McGath rebounds. Stick around at the end of this one. Our player of the game, and we always talk about spreading the wealth, and we always try to do that, but we're throwing that out the window tonight. KK goes off, it's KK. Lucy hits a buzzer beater, it's Lucy. You know, it's open season, anybody on that squad. And I tell you what, Rachel Murphy is really making a case for herself.
She is.
She was our player of the game at BC the last time we played. Shot no good. Wisner rebounds. And a turnover. Turned her back and lost it. Kleemer 3, bank! It drops. And her first points of the second half come from a banked in 3 from Kleemer. Whiz, floater, no good. She's getting a little frustrated. You could see her kind of throw her hands down in frustration. Kelly crosses the timeline, goes all the way to the hoop, lays it up, rolls off. And that kind of night for Shea. KK behind the back. To Murphy, has it swatted by McGath. Kelly, lob ahead, Alberts rolls it down. Lead down to 11. Nope, down to 9, timeout on the floor, we'll take it with them. You're watching GTV, sponsored by JVB Financial Advisor.
If you don't know W7, you don't know Notre Dame girls basketball. I'm Samia Pitchka. And I'm Charlie Apple. And W7 is for girls. I'm gonna soak up the sun.
Coach Stuvey did not like what he saw there coming out of the timeout. Still up 9, but don't want to let Brook East get too much momentum, so takes a quick timeout. Rachel Murphy, no good. Kelly comes away with her 7th rebound of the night. KK's gonna pick up her 3rd. She's just gotta learn to not do that one. It's a foolish foul because Kelly wasn't going anywhere. And now she's got 3. Trigger the pass to Kelly. Backdoor McGath. Kick out to Kleemer. Wisner on her. Alberts squares up. Drive, drop. Nothing there. Get it to Annika. Great job cutting it off with Murphy is Wisner. And now they pull it all the way back out. You're seeing the Germantown defense really starting to understand everybody. Getting to the spots to help. 3 minutes into the second half. Kleemer drives. Steps through everybody. The shot's off. Lucy comes away with it. And a foul on Kleemer. So just a great possession defensively for Germantown. Every attempt that it looked like Brook East was going to have a scoring opportunity, the defense was there to cut it off.
And that's just the type of pressure that Germantown is going to bring.
But to your point, when we started this broadcast tonight, you said they've got to get away from the long droughts of not scoring. Germantown has yet to score in this half.
They do.
Kleemer picks up her 2nd.
And they had the offensive momentum in the first half. They have to carry that on throughout the second half.
KK trying to get through a whole lot of blue. Gets tied up. It's going to stay down there, but a nice job by Shea Kelly. Caused that tie up. Those of you that don't know, Shea's parents both played college basketball. Correction, Mike played at Wisconsin. Kelly was a star at Pius. So the genes, the lineage is strong. And defensively, there was nobody better in the nation than Mike Kelly. So the fact that Shea's a good defender, no surprise.
Basketball's in her blood.
But all the offense we credit to Mom. That's the rule. As KK's going to go shoot 2. That's just how the rules go. Is camera 2 still kind of cockeyed?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's the coach. Oh, he moved them all around. Free throw good. First point of the second half comes from KK at the line. Now 5 for 5 tonight. As we got the cheer squad underneath the hoop. As you can see. 6 for 6 on the night. Perfecto for KK, 37-26. Pleamer, pull up, got it. Can't sag off her. She will knock him down. She had 7 the first meeting. She's got 3 now.
Pleamer's a player who's gonna deliver.
Pleamer's a player, I like that. Airball Wisner, but it ends up in the hands of the star of the night, Rachel Murphy. We'll give Wiz an assist on that one. Again, Pleamer thought she had a valley to score. Nope. Lucy read it perfectly defensively. Sagging off McGath to help. Now double team, now triple team as Gabby helps, or Rachel helps. Pleamer traveled. Rachel Murphy just having a monster night.
She is.
13-52, 10-point lead Germantown. It's been as big as 14, and that's what it was at half. KK inside out splits, everybody lays it in. She gave a little hip and head fake, and then just went right to the rack. And now Alberts does the same thing, floater, good. Alberts does the same thing back at Germantown. And if you're Germantown, you'll happily trade baskets for a little while. Cox drives, right side, nothing there, lobs. To Wisner, lobs back, kick out corner 3. Good offense, but unable to finish. Lobs double dribble, they got her for it. Calla came away with the rebound and then put her hand on it. Her offhand, as it were. J.C. Manny checking back in. So Manny, lobs, Wisner, Leiniger, and KK on the floor for Germantown. 3, got it, Adriana Alberts. She's heating up, she's got 7 here in the half. KK splits the defense, shot no good. Pleamer comes away with it. Kelly drops it off, Alberts and the foul! And this game has turned. That's why it's a little quieter in here. Coach Stuvey's gonna take a 30. We'll take it with him. You're watching GTV, sponsored by JVB Financial Advisor.
GTV, presented by JVB Financial Advisor, is on W7. I'm a financial planner. Started doing this 36 years ago, back in 1985. What my best clients say I do for them is help them feel comfortable about their money and about their insurance protection. Work with young people that are just out of college and just getting started, to people that are nearing retirement, or some that are already in retirement. There's no obligation, there's no fees or anything like that. We just like to have a conversation and see if it makes sense to sit down and maybe talk about things a little further.
And the reason I had back live, coming out of a timeout. Germantown, 14-point lead at halftime, is down to 5 with Alberts at the line. It's now, nope, stays 5, and they're going to get a foul. Grinch just a little too aggressive trying to get around that great block out by Emily Wisner. 12:40 remaining, 41-36. If you're with us at the pregame, Sarah's points have been spot on. Germantown's defense the key, and avoiding the long offensive droughts. We've seen the drought. The defense carried them in the first half. Said Brook East was going to battle, because we knew it's going to be a battle because it's for first place.
It is.
And they haven't gone away, and the lead's down to 5. Shaving 9 points off in the second half. Lucy drives, left it short, and we're going to get a tie up. Going to be Brook East ball. She left it short, had a great move. Second time this evening on that end here in the second half where the players had a layup and left it kind of underlaid it, hit the bottom iron. First one was KK, second one Lucy. Drive, kick, Kelly swings it. One more pass, Grinch's three on the way, no good, ends up in JC Manny's hands. JC keeps it, crosses the timeline. Dribble handoff, KK, and it's going to be off KK's hand. Wisner saves it. Turnover nonetheless. Great defense by the Spartans. And that's where JC, as a freshman, she's got to get a little tighter with the dribble handoff. Left a gap. Spartans able to get a hand in there and deflect it. You want to get as close to shoulder to avoid that. Anytime you want, now that he's there. Gary Whipperman in the house. After doing the KM Arrowhead game. KM, nice deflection. Leininger ends up in the stomach of Coach Tyler Saxton. KM 53, Arrowhead 44. Gary did that one. Backdoor shot in the lane, rolls around and down. Alberts having a half, down to 3. What do we have here? Stoppage of play, might have some blood on Wiz, would be my guess. So the game stopped for a cleanup. 11 second half points for Adriana Alberts, 16 overall. This is someone that comes in averaging 7.1. KK getting shoved and drawing the hoop. Getting to the hoop and drawing the foul. If you're wondering, Alberts now with 16, her season and career high. So in big games, you need somebody to step up, and Adriana Alberts, the senior, stepping up. Alberts, again, she took 2 years off, played as a freshman, focused on soccer, got her commit to Marquette, is having a huge second half here tonight. Said she wanted to play soccer again once she got her basketball again after getting her soccer commit.
Just a well-rounded athlete.
Really well-rounded. KK gets 1 point for the possession, 42-38, 4-point game. We're under 11 minutes.
And that's what's so great about so many of these players is they have the background in other sports that just enhance their abilities in the game of basketball as well.
No doubt about it. Shot no good. Calla comes away with her 5th rebound of the night. Shot on the ray, rolls around. It touches every part of the rim but doesn't drop. Grinches comes away with it. Kelly up ahead to Platts. Pleamer slows everybody down. Kelly comes out top, nothing there. A little floater, no good. Wisner rebound. Get it to KK. It was a blood stoppage. Wisner offensive. Every game, got to worry about it, and that's 4 on KK. And that's where that silly, cheap one along the sidelines comes into play. This is exact same theme that happened last time these two teams played. 8 minutes left. KK fouled, picked up her 4th, and then fouled out with 6 minutes left. All those approximations, but and she just picked up her 5th. Would have picked up her 5th, and it should have been picked up her 5th. She's got to understand. She's got to control her emotions. That should have been her 5th. As Pleamer drives, no good, but she's going to shoot 2.
And we spoke to her the game following that first Brookfield East matchup. She was disappointed in that call, and she was disappointed more so that she couldn't be there for her team in those final minutes. So it's really going to be important that she can keep herself locked in this game.
It may have been a bad call, but you can't put it in the hands of the referee. Pleamer hits the first. Understand who you are and what you are and the importance that you carry. Pleamer gets them both. 9:55 remaining. 14-point halftime lead cut to 2. Who's going to step up for Germantown? Alberts has stepped up for Brook East. Wisner's shot, no good. Kelly into the lane. Going to get a travel on Kelly. Leininger in for Manny. We're going to get a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. GTV, sponsored by JVB Financial Advisor.
If you don't know W7, you don't know Oak Creek girls basketball. Go Knights. No saying.
If you don't know W7, you don't know Oak Creek girls basketball. Go Knights.
Gary getting out on the floor into the huddle. 9:34 remaining, 42-40. 14-point halftime lead, cut to 2. Brook East has done everything they've needed to get back into this. Can they finish it? It's been a Murphy first half. She's had a monster game, but they need somebody to step up here in the second half. KK has 4. Murphy showing that confidence, a little too strong. Lobs with her 6th rebound of the night. Shot deflected, ends up in KK's hand. She's got a wide open lane to the hoop, and she's gonna get a foul on the floor. Plemer picks up her 3rd. 17 fouls on Brook East. So KK's going to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Gets the first. And the second. So KK knocks them both down, opens the lead back to 4. Halfway through, we have 3/4 of the way through the game, halfway through this second half. 9 minutes remaining, 4-point lead Germantown here on GTV. GMC Conference on the line as Lob steps up and comes away with a steal. Lob over the top, Leininger, kick out. KK, catch, shoot, got it! KK from Leininger. Lead back to 7. Plemer sees a gap, cut off. Kelly with KK on her, switches off to Wiz. Now just a handoff to Plemer. She kicks it out. Platts, pull up, 15-footer. No good, sorry, that was Berger. But Grinchus hustles down the rebound. Kelly goes baseline, cut off, kicks it out. 3 on the way, no good. Foul gonna be on Grinchus. Hold on, coming my way. Oh, I was ready to get it. Laney Grinchus picking up that foul. 8:12 remaining. Gonna go to the other end. Lucy Leininger, I believe, is the one that was bodied, and she's gonna shoot the free throw. Well, Lucy, now's a good time to get hot on the free throw line. Close game, you're shooting free throws the rest of the game. You know, hit this first one, at least get a point for the possession. Back iron. Coming away with it, her 8th rebound, Annika Plemer. This Spartan team coming off a triple overtime victory over Arrowhead. The same Arrowhead Warhawks that you Germantown fans will be facing on the 12th of February. I think it's the 12th of February. I'd have to look, but I believe it to be I know it is actually. So pretend that whole discussion that I didn't know, I knew.
Which, believe it or not, is coming up sooner than you think.
Absolutely. And
January flew by.
Nice bounce pass, Plemer to Grinchus. That's why we do this, to speed up the winter, Sarah. And when it's 30 below tomorrow.
Whew, that's cold.
KK, 3 on the way, another one! Lead back to 8. Shot no good. Gonna get a foul. Kelly drove, missed it. But cleaning up the mess was Paige Platts. She's fouled from behind, and she's gonna shoot a couple.
Fouls on number 23, Emily Wisner, her third, 15-7.
This is Paige Platts, according to what we go by, which is Wiz Sports, and they're really good. That was Paige Platts' first free throw of the season.
And a successful free throw.
Right. Now she's down to 50%, just like that. Terrible shooter. She gets 1 point for the possession, down to 7. What do you say, battery died?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's something. Then I got to check the chargers at home. Some of those don't connect real well. 7 minutes remaining. KK on top. Lucy gives her a screen. KK in and out, drive, bank shot, no good. Bats it around, ends up in the hands of Paige Platts. Kelly crossing the timeline. Game of runs. Right now it's Germantown up. Brook East able to cut it to 2, but can't get any closer. Currently 7, 6:30 remaining. Alberts drives, layup good. She's been the second half offense. Now with her career high 18 points. Murphy dribbles in the, hits a cutting, Leininger left hand. Boy, Rachel is really having herself a night. Even there, just a perfect read with a cutting Lucy Leininger. Platts picks up her second. Double bonus the rest of the way, as that was the 9th team foul on the Spartans. Leininger got it. Sarah Wells for the Spartans, Gabby Cox for the Warhawks, checking in respectively. Lucy gets them both. Those had to feel really good for her.
She was searching for him, but she got him.
And they were big because now it's a 3-possession game
it is.
for Germantown, now up 7.
And if we look at how the last face-off ended, it came down to the last few minutes of the game.
Shot no good. Offensive rebound, Sarah Wells. Kelly into the lane, taken away by Leininger. Tie up, gonna be Germantown ball. Great read by Leininger.
And there's that crowd starting to erupt.
Yeah, there we go. How about the sophomores tonight? Stepping up, Leininger, Murphy. Huge, along with senior Kayla Laub, 6 rebounds. 4 of them on the offensive end. KK turned it over.
Just lost it.
Kelly to the hoop. Rolls around and down. Only her second and third points of the night. KK gets it, pushes. Get it out of here, Sarah Wells swatting Wisner's shot. 5:26 remaining. Germantown to trigger. Can feel the tension in the building kind of getting a little more, really starting to go
feel
up.
it.
Yeah, 5:20 remaining. Wiz, left hand, no good. You know, those are the shots last year that she was so good at, those back them down bank shots, and she just hasn't been able to find that rhythm this year. And every now and again, she has those games where she just isn't hitting the shots. And tonight's one of those games, but she had one of those nights earlier this season and then buried the 3 against DS.
She did.
Pushed them to victory, so we'll see. And now turnover, great read, Gabby Cox coming away with it. Gets it to KK. KK surveys, pull up, 15-footer, rolls around and down. Such a soft touch, and she drops it in. They push, Sarah Wells has it blocked. But they're gonna get a foul. Is that gonna be a Lobs or Wisner? Because I thought Kayla, it is on Kayla. It looked like she got the ball. She's content with it. KK's mom agrees with me. She thought it was all ball. Sarah Wells, free throw. Back iron. 4:42 remaining. 54-47. That one too, huh? She gets the second one, so 1 out of 2. for Sarah Wells. 4:35 remaining, 6-point lead Germantown. They're spreading the floor. This is something a couple years ago, so many coaches, they talked to Coach Stuvey, could you have done this? Because there were many games where they sort of lost leads. And then you saw last year, they kind of put it in. All of a sudden they put it in because I think they realized with Jalen Acker, KK, and really that whole squad last year could handle the ball so very well.
Very
and then
talented team.
you get in trouble, you kick it out to a Wisner who's no problem with the ball. Or she hits a three. So really, it's something I have always put in with my squads because it forces the defense. When you have a lead and you spread everybody out, it opens up everything for you.
It does.
So Coach Stuvey getting a chance to use it tonight as KK knocks them both down. 11 for 12 on the free throws. Much like Giannis in Game 6. Big game on the line. She's hitting her free throws. July 20th. Just saying. I'll never forget it. I got a chance to be there, so. Were you in the mass outside? The 60,000?
Not Game 6.
Okay.
Not Game 6.
As Plemer drives, draws a foul. It's a shame because it was an unbelievable atmosphere. Incredible.
I think I was at a softball tournament when that happened.
That's a crying shame.
We were watching it from the lobby, though, on the big screen.
I can honestly say I think if I was coaching, I wasn't going to be there because I went to Game 6.
I think we were in Indianapolis, and it was just
our
team from Wisconsin just huddled up in the lobby.
You know what? I think you're right because there were other teams from Wisconsin in that tournament.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Look at you with that memory. But you got a chance to huddle with a group and watch it.
Right.
Annika hits them both. Now 6 for 6 on the night.
I'd say it was pretty good team bonding.
Yeah, absolutely. And in being in another state.
Oh, yeah.
As they're spreading the floor, KK. Crowd was starting to get a little antsy with the 5 count, but no worries of it as we're now under 340, ticking towards 330 as KK dives back door. Triple teamed, kick it out. They're going to get a travel. Sure looked like she kept that pivot foot, but they got it. 3:34 remaining, 56-50, a 2-possession game. Germantown lead. Plemer crosses the timeline. Kelly not with the ball in her hand, usually trying to just free up Plemer coming off something when that happens. When you take the ball out of your point guard's hands, it's to set up something. And great defense by Germantown, 3:15 remaining. Into the corner, left side, Grinchus. Tried to get it to Alberts, but Lobs cut her off. And now Wisner doing a great job on Plemer. Great defense from Germantown. Forcing Spartans backward, unable to get a good look. Grinchus came free and they missed her.
And this is just the great pressure that Germantown brings that's so hard to work around.
And there's a 3 off the mark. Kelly comes away with an offensive rebound. She goes back at the hoop. It rolls off. Now KK has it, open court. She drops it to Leininger. Layup, good. KK to Lucy. And the lead's back to 8.
And there's that duo that's just been so dangerous all season long.
Absolutely. Cox with a block. Gabby Cox. We got a timeout on the floor. I think it's going to be a big one. We're going to take it with him. JVB Financial Advisor, our sponsor on GTV.
GTV, presented by JVB Financial Advisor, is on W7. I'm a financial planner. Started doing this 36 years ago, back in 1985. What my best clients say I do for them is help them feel comfortable about their money and about their insurance protection. Work with young people that are just out of college and just getting started, to people that are nearing retirement or some that are already in retirement. There's no obligation, there's no fees or anything like that. We just like to have a conversation and see if it makes sense to sit down and maybe talk about things a little further.
2:28 remaining, 58-50. Germantown up. They were up 14 at half. Spartans cut it to 2, but have not gotten any closer. Good corner defense. 2:25 remaining with Sarah Nasif. I'm Ed Raue. Gary Whipperman making the rounds with cameras. Is it the battery? Grinch's out top to Pleamer, going right at KK. KK's got 5 and turnover. KK carefully bodied up. Did a great job, and Pleamer had it skip away from her. Here's some pressure from the East, and now you're going to get a foul. The 5th on KK. They got her for the off arm, and she's done. 2:07 remaining. That's a pretty tough call. Coach Stuvey's got to be careful. He's out on the floor. You don't want to get teed up and give free throws. But with 2:07 remaining, KK's done for the night.
Just like last time, she's not pleased with it, but it's the call.
Tough call. But again, honestly, it goes back to that cheap one that she didn't have to have on the sideline. It was almost like, I'm tired, I'll commit the foul. Oh, it's okay, I got 3, I can handle it. But then you get it 4th when you attack, and now you got this one, and now it's up to her teammates. Who's going to step up? Final 2:07. You know, right now, Brooke East is thinking, okay, she's done. Let's go.
You saw Wisner collect her team together, bring them out onto the court. She's getting them together. She's trying to tell her girls, hey, we can't get flustered that KK's out for these last 2 minutes. We have to play our game, and we have to finish this game not only for our team, but for her as well.
Senior leadership. Kelly, 3, off the mark. That senior comes away with a rebound. She's going to keep it across the timeline. She gives it up to Gabby. Gabby picks up her dribble, lobs it back over the top. The count is on. Wisner dribbles. Look for the backdoor double team. This is where defense likes to send the weak side. Manny out top. This is good experience for everybody out on the floor. Haven't had a lot of these really close, tight games.
And these are the games that are going to make you better.
Well, you need to play in these games to learn from these games.
And that's part of the reason why Coach Stuvey gives these girls such a hard non-conference schedule, outside of conference.
Right, you're right. You're exactly right. Now, this is a conference match, but he plays that tough schedule for a game like tonight where you're playing, essentially, we don't want to just assume, as you want to put up the graphic for the conference before we get to the free throw lines. Free throw line, the free throws, there it is. You can see how important this game is. Playing for the conference, essentially, tonight. A lot can happen. A lot of teams are listening, going, we have a say in this. And we understand that. We're just saying if everything holds serve. Hey, we love the entire Greater Metro Conference.
We do.
As Wiz hits the first. Second one goes down, and the lead is 10 with 1:24 remaining. Brooke East has to go and go quickly. Pleamer thought she might pull there. She doesn't. She drives instead. Shot no good. Leininger rebound. Up ahead, Gabby Cox. She gets fouled. She's going to walk to the other end to shoot a couple. 1:12 remaining. Gabby only shot 4 free throws thus far. Back iron with the first one. Usually when you're really long, the second one is really short. We'll see if Gabby can buck the trend. Oh, she buried it. That first one was just simple practice.
You saw her shake it off, too.
Absolutely. Down to 11, or up to 11, my apologies. And now a turnover, and this one's done. 64 seconds remain. I'm just going to call it start the buses, folks. This one's done. Although last time we lost feed, and Germantown in the final few seconds put on an unbelievable comeback where they had a 3 at the buzzer and had a chance to send it to overtime. Foul on the floor. Kelly's going to go shoot 2. Now, cannot speak enough about the job they have done on Shea tonight. 3 points, averaging 10, only 3 thus far. Pleamer came in averaging 17. She's got 17. Alberts with a career high 18. That's been the primary scoring for Brook East. Second free throw, good. Hallie Bowles checking in for J.C. Manny. Trying to get that stronger defense. KK finished with 29, if you were wondering. Foul on the floor. Sarah Wells commits the foul. Offense, defense. Pleamer will check back in after this first one from Lucy. Lucy knocks it down.
Start, she got those 2 out of the way.
Yep.
She just came back strong.
Yep, you're right. Trending in the right direction. And knocks them both down. .45 seconds remaining. Kelly to the hoop. Missed it. Lucy comes away with it. Gonna go the other way. She's gonna walk right back down to shoot 2 more. Stick around for our Jolly Good Soda JVB Financial Advisor Player of the Game. Shea Kelly commits her 4th. Gets the first. That's 5 in a row for Lucy. Coach Saxton kind of kicking the ground. He knows what his team is, but I think he's going to be relatively happy. I mean, obviously you don't want to lose, and the score is not going to dictate. It was 14 and a half. You cut it to 2. Coming off the 3 is Platts, no good. Coming off the screen, I should say. She's going to get a second opportunity after the Pleamer offensive rebound, no good. And now Wells with the foul, and Hallie Bowles going to walk to the other end to shoot a couple. I'm going to guess she's smiling because that's what Hallie Bowles does. 31 seconds remaining, 13-point lead. I think you're going to see some no fouls from here on out. Call off the dogs as Hallie steps up. Misses the first. It's only her 3rd attempt. Now 1 for 3 on the season. Stick around. Sarah's going to interview our player of the game. Grinches has it blocked for the 6th time tonight. It's Lucy Leininger. No fouls, and there it is. We had the graphics, we'd update it.
And Wisner's pounding that ball. She's clapping. She's so excited for this win.
And KK can't let go of Coach Stubbe. She's rocking and rolling. Trying to win their 4th in a row are your Warhawks. Stick around. Your Warhawks are victorious 65-52. Our player of the game coming up. Tie for first at the top of the GMC.
All right, W7, I'm Sarah Nasif, and I'm here with your Jolly Good Soda player of the game, Rachel Murphy. Rachel, first of all, congrats on a game, and Germantown, congrats on a great team win. I said this before we were talking about player of the game. I said I want all the girls in this camera shot because it wasn't about just Rachel, even though she had a great performance. This was very much a team win. All of you girls put up great numbers in tonight's game, and it's ultimately what contributed to such a successful outcome. So, Rachel, let's talk about that first half. You came out with confidence, and you were a key impact for this win tonight. Talk about how you were feeling approaching tonight's game and what really sparked that confidence for you tonight.
We all knew it was a big game. We wanted to come out and win this. I think my confidence just came I wanted to play my role, come out here and do what I want to do to perform for the team.
And talking about your role, you were shooting the ball in that first half very successfully. We saw it coming out from Oak Creek. You guys as a team were coming off a bit slow offensively in that first half specifically, and we saw that in your last matchup against Brookfield East. So what were you thinking being an offensive player in this first half?
Maybe an aggressive team, go out, attack the ball. We knew that we were going to be on KK, Emily looking for we all need to play our role as a team, and I think we all did that really well, attacking.
Now I'm going to talk a bit about pregame. So coming off that Oak Creek win, it was a bit of a slow first half for you girls, but more importantly, this game was all about redemption. Obviously, you girls were a bit disappointed with how the last face-off turned out. What was the pregame talk coming into tonight's game?
Just be assertive, play our game. We didn't want to play our level. Be aggressive, like I said, attack, and just don't let off the gas when we were up at halftime, exactly like that.
Talking about letting off the gas. Coming out of halftime, you girls had a big lead. Brookfield East came back. They had some good offensive possessions. And what was important about maintaining that momentum throughout the entire duration of the game, especially considering the last face-off came down to the last final few minutes?
We knew our defense was really important in the second half because we knew our offense was going to come, but having the momentum to play defense and stay assertive, keep working, and don't let off the gas, like I said, just keeping the momentum up to finish it what we wanted to do last game, but we couldn't.
Now lastly, let's praise you girls for this win. This is very important. It ties you for first in the GMC as of now. What does this say for the rest of your season and what you girls have coming up in the future?
It's not over. Got to keep working, keep winning.
All right, Rachel, congrats on a great game, and thanks
you.
for a great interview. As always, we're W7, and who are we for?
For the girls.
Congrats, Germantown, on a great game tonight. You have been watching a special presentation of GTV. Thanks to our sponsors, JVB Financial Advisor, and this has been your Jolly Good Soda player of the game, Rachel Murphy. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Thanks for putting him in charge, Gary.